transform the way we live with eczema. My name is TeresaAlabata. Today I'm talking about relationships with eczema. I always say I'm grateful to have had the romantic experiences that I've had. I've had 6 relationships in the past, all at least a year to a year and a half. So that's just proof that having eczema doesn't have to hold you back from experiencing love and romance. I've learned so much being in each relationship, and looking back, one thing that I could have saved time on was how worried I was that the person I was dating might leave me because they might not, be able to stand my skin or rashes, or just be like so worried about me all the time. And that was like far from the case. I sort of mentioned these themes in several videos because they are the things that really got to me and that I see get to current newbies to eczema, where when you have eczema, at first you don't really think you're attractive, and you're often told that rashes look horrible, horrid, you feel ugly, you honestly just look like a burn victim sometimes, depending on how bad the rashes are. It looks like an infection, you don't look very healthy, and you kind of are dealing with a weakened immune system and skin barrier at the time. So those are just, generally not very attractive traits. Like, even for me to think into myself. One thing I really learned from dating and being in relationships is that if somebody loves you, they love all of you, and even eczema flare-ups won't turn them away. I, unfortunately, in the past have definitely tried to test people with how loyal and committed they were to me, asking them what they thought of my rashes, being insecure, comparing myself to other people is like the worst thing that I or any person can ever do to themselves. Didn't help that my mom often compared me to other people with perfect skin and like, why don't you just not scratch, and yada yada yada. I have a communication with eczema video on family, and I have an eczema in love video also on family, dealing with a topic which you can check out. I'll leave links and put them up here as well at some point in the video. Low self-esteem inducing stuff from family and cashiers who are very opinionated, and then just my own worry and anxiety dealing with the pain of it all. It was like a perfect storm to create a lot of depression within myself, and made me always feel very surprised when anyone showed physical attraction to me, even though I was like dealing with something and had some flakiness going on or like some flare. And it was like me, it was just like high school. Like high school just covered in rashes, and it was even worse in college, but I somehow still survived. And I didn't date back after college. I did, and I still experienced flares, and I still found people who pursued me and were interested in me. And even now I'm in a much better place than I was before. Comparatively, I feel more confident, and now I know that if someone chooses to date me, they want all of me, even if I'm imperfect, even if my skin is imperfect. They've chosen me, so the insecurities are gone. But I will still, at times, just walking down the street, any men are looking at me and admiring me or staring at me, and I still get very surprised. Still kind of like, really? I'm not totally covered in rashes right now. I do have some flakiness going on because I'm recovering from a flare, and my neck is definitely more red than my face, but I still get looked at in a positive way, in a way that shows interest physically. Gosh, having eczema when you're young, I think having eczema in general can really traumatize you, and it's just still very surprising to me at times, even these days, that people I find attractive show attraction to me. I think that's a really big one that people with eczema who are dating, who find someone interested in them, need to learn, is to stop comparing themselves to other people. And that's just true in life in general. Eczema is just like a turbocharged life lesson about how to live the most fulfilling, happiest life you possibly can, letting go of the things that really don't serve you. And comparisons are irrelevant because we're all individuals. So in terms of relationships, you are a very specific individual with certain traits and qualities that your partner has chosen for a reason, and maybe more than one. And that's something to hold on to and to give you confidence. I'll also say that, so I've been in multiple relationships, don't cling onto like the first person who shows you interest, because there are many people to love. And I'm not saying discard relationships. I'm not saying they're disposable or anything like that. But I also wouldn't be desperate, and I wouldn't be clingy or needy, because relationships are going to last however long they last. And if they ever end, there's just an opportunity for a new one and a new connection to make. There's no need to limit yourself thinking, okay, this is like the one person who's finally given me a chance. I'm never going to find anyone this open-minded or caring or anything. It's like totally not true. I would give the human race a little bit more credit than that, and that there's more than one person who would be that caring and loving. It's just a matter of time, circumstance, and being open to it. Believing in it, believing in yourself, trusting your judgment and ability to discern people's personalities to make sure that you purposefully choose good people to be with in your life. And I would also say too that depending on the kind of person you are, be willing to receive help from your partner if they offer it, but not if you don't feel like it. And partner of the person with eczema, respect the person with eczema's boundaries. Always be accepting and loving and helpful, but don't be a savior. Don't think it's like on your shoulders to help to heal our skin and all that kind of stuff. That starts to become a very codependent relationship when the partner starts to think that they're gonna be the miracle worker for the person with eczema, unless they really are a miracle worker, doctor, healer of some sort of skin. Because I've had a few ex-boyfriends who just would like hold me or pin me down or grab my arm, grab my wrist to stop me from scratching, but I felt just fine, and I wasn't going to have like a whole fest, itch fest, where it was going to be super bloody and raw and anything like that. I just like had an itch I needed to scratch shortly and gently. So don't be a savior, and also don't try to look for a savior. The only person who can save you is yourself. If you become codependent on each other, then it becomes like an addiction, and then neediness settles in, and worries magnify, and there's no need for that. That's not healthy. That's very suffocating, and in the end both parties will want to come up for air and may not come back together. So I hope that this video has been interesting and helpful for you. Please share, like, comment. Let me know if you want to see more videos like this or not. Let me know of any other types of videos you'd like to see on living with eczema or tips around dealing with it. I'll be happy to share what I can, and until next time, bye.